welcome to a fresh episode for My Emotions Matter vlog. And today we'll talk about satiating the hunger for new in learners. So, in the New Year time, I was so excited to see that everyone was so welcoming towards the New Year, and everyone was so excited because the vibe of new was present there in the whole environment. So, I found this topic very interesting. Like, what makes a novelty so attractive to human beings? And I found this article called Why Getting New Things Makes Us Feel So Good, Novelty and the Brain, written by Belle Beth Cooper for Buffer. The link of the article is in the description below. So, AJD, taking the help of the article, I would like to today know what specifically about novel experiences gets us humans so excited. So, the first question is related to that itself. Why are we so enticed towards new experiences, and why do we like to feel adventurous all the time?
I think it's generally when social I think we as human species we are quite curious beings, and we tend to find I don't know, like satiating the hunger for new things, we tend to find new experiences or केही नयाँ कुरा सिक्दाखेरि पनि त्यो एकदमै gratifying लाग्छ हामीलाई as species we are hardwired to get attracted to new things जस्तो feel हुन्छ. And I think evolutionary perspective बाट पनि हेर्नु पर्दाखेरि चाहिँ if we as humans were not curious to Stone Age देखिको अहिलेसम्मको experience we wouldn't have been able to come this far जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई चाहिँ. So I think even when it comes to learning, we tend to get bored एकदमै चाँडो हैन. त्यो same methodology, same techniques use गरिराख्यो भने चाहिँ after one point it turns as formality rather than हुन्छ नि त्यो मनैदेखि learn गर्न भन्दा पनि it's more like a formal process हैन. So I think we in a way are hardwired to learn नयाँ techniques र नयाँ tools ले चाहिँ हामीले एकदमै धेरै हुन्छ नि. I think that's more impactful than त्यो old methods ले नै constantly the repetitive experience भयो भने चाहिँ we're not we're more likely to हुन्छ नि get bored and get worn out quickly. So maybe it's the way we are built to be. It's kind of a mechanism that we follow जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई चाहिँ.
So in the article I earlier mentioned as well, written by Belle Beth Cooper, she stated how learning, novel experiences help you learn better, and learning is enhanced by new experiences. So what do you think can educational institutions then take out of this, and how can they use the power of novel experiences to help the students learn better?
I think यही कुरा थाहा तिमीले सुन भन्यो नि. अस्ति नै पनि I was having a conversation in our podcast Sabina Manसँग, Sabina Baniajiसँग, अनि what she was saying that the methodologies that she uses in her classes, पहिला students हरुले हुन्छ नि एकदमै धेरै she used to hear complaints about them from them हैन, that course अलिकति enticing भएन अथवा हुन्छ नि same कुरा नै every teacher is coming and speaking, हाम्रो लागि केही पनि productive छैन हैन. So I think उहाँले भन्नुभएको एउटा कुरा was even if the course remains the same हैन, it always depends upon त्यो टिचरले चाहिँ त्यही कुरालाई नै कसरी प्रेजेन्ट गर्छ अर त्यो डेलिभरी चाहिँ कसरी हुन्छ भनेर चाहिँ. सो इन हर क्लासेस चाहिँ शी एक्सप्लेन द्याट आफ्टर एभ्री क्लास चाहिँ उहाँले चाहिँ स्टुडेन्ट्सहरूको चाहिँ इमोसनल एक्सपिरियन्ससँग कनेक्ट गर्नुहुन्छ कि. सो कोर्स इज बेसिकली सेम, तिमीले पढ्ने कुरा पनि सेम हो, मैले पनि पढ्ने कुरा पनि सेम हो, बट द काइन्ड अफ टेक अवेज द्याट वी ह्याभ फ्रम इट डिफ्रेन्ट हुन्छ नि त. सो त्यही कुरालाई स्टुडेन्ट्स इफ दे गेट टु रिफ्लेक्ट अन इट इट बिकम्स अ न्यू एक्सपिरियन्स फर देम कि. अनि उनीहरूले चाहिँ आफ्नो लाइफसँग त्यसलाई कसरी रिलेट गर्न सक्छ, दे अल्सो फाइन्ड अ वे टु हुन्छ नि सी थ्रु द्याट हैन. सो त्यो रिफ्लेक्सनको कुरा चाहिँ आई थिङ्क द्याट्स वान वे थ्रु विच इन्स्टिट्युसन्स क्यान एन्करेज दिस एन्ड टिचर्स क्यान अल्सो एन्करेज दिस हैन, एन्ड मेक द्याट एक्सपिरियन्स इभन इफ त्यो एकदमै न्यू सिकेको नकुरा होस् हैन, तर आफ्नो लागि के न्यू भयो त यसपालि, द्याट पावर इन्डिभिजुअल्स अलवेज ह्याभ द्याट हैन. सो त्यसमा मात्रै रिफ्लेक्ट गराउन पाए पनि आई थिङ्क students or teachers ले आफै पनि they can get to learn a lot about themselves हैन. अनि नयाँ कुरा अझ पनि के गर्न मिल्छ त्यहीबाट पनि धेरै आइडियाजहरु आउन सक्छ जस्तो चाहिँ लाग्छ.
So as you stated, in case of learning environment and learning institutions, like it can become very monotonous for the students, and the same goes for the corporate organizations as well. Employees might feel very monotonous about their jobs time and again. So how can managers and supervisors then lead their employees and help them feel that they are experiencing something new every day in their jobs? Because that is one major way through which employee engagement can be like manifested upon. So what do you think can leaders and supervisors do along those lines?
I think यो क्वेसन सोच्नु पर्दाखेरि चाहिँ a lot of people would think that एकदमै organization revamp नै गर्नुपर्छ, or there should be big changes so as to facilitate that sort of a learning environment. तर I don't think there have to be एकदमै big changes पनि when it comes to inducing learning, or just like हुन्छ नि making teams like make them get to know each other better हैन. So यसमै पनि I think small steps can help, like maybe हुन्छ नि कन्भर्सेसन्सहरूको थ्रु नै पनि हुन्छ नि अर्गनाइजेसन्समा त्यो सेन्स अफ न्युनेस or like that feeling of getting to know each other त्यो चाहिँ इन्ड्युस गर्न मिल्छ. लाइक होइन हाम्रै अर्गनाइजेसनमा पनि although we are very small team होइन, लाइक हामीले लन्च एन्ड लर्नहरूलाई एकदमै भ्याल्यु गर्छ नि त. सो इभन थ्रु द्याट लाइक वी गेट टु नो इच अदर सो मच बेटर. अनि वर्कको लाइक वर्कलाई लाइक हुन्छ नि साइडमा राखेर पनि एकदमै धेरै नयाँ कुराहरू सिक्न पाइरहन्छ about each other and about things that we're interested in, or generally लाइफकै बारेमा पनि हाम्रो कन्भर्सेसन्सहरू भइरहन्छ होइन. सो I don't think it has to be एकदमै big changes. There are small things like these, like हुन्छ नि कन्भर्सेसन्सको थ्रु, लाइक रिफ्लेक्टिभ स्पेसेसको थ्रु होइन, लाइक यस्तो सानो स्टेप्सले पनि there can be like that sort of a learning environment where people don't come to work for like हुन्छ नि to get things done, but also to like हुन्छ नि learn for themselves and see कि हुन्छ नि आज मैले नयाँ चाहिँ के गर्न पाइरहेको छु in that environment. So yeah.
So as we talked about this, employees would feel like more engaged in an environment where they feel that they are experiencing something new. But on the contrary, at some points of time, like if an employee is given a completely new project, it is very likely that the employee is going to feel very, very intimidated because it's something that they've not done before. So how can this power of new and novel experiences be manifested without letting the employee feel intimidated? Do you have any thoughts or opinions about that?
I think यसमा रिफ्लेक्ट गर्नु पर्दाखेरि चाहिँ त्यो आर्टिकलमा नै पनि when I was going through it, I found that हुन्छ नि कुनै पनि न्यू एक्सपिरियन्स हुँदाखेरि हामीलाई चाहिँ we either tend to like get intimidated or we get excited to हुन्छ नि see चाहिँ त्यसको रिवार्ड्सहरू चाहिँ के हुन्छ होइन हामीलाई. And it can be as simple as हुन्छ नि like मान्छेहरूले केही नयाँ कुरा एक्सपिरियन्स गर्दाखेरि, like maybe as simple as like buying a new book होइन, कहिलेकाहीँ चाहिँ we are intimidated त्यो हेरेर हुन्छ नि मैले पढ्न सक्दिनँ होला, अथवा हुन्छ नि this sounds too serious, maybe how can I dissect this भन्ने त्यो कन्सेप्ट पनि आउँछ. तर at the same time हुन्छ नि कहिलेकाहीँ चाहिँ the same thing gets us excited and maybe this has like हुन्छ नि exciting things for me भन्ने पनि हुन्छ होइन. So every new experience चाहिँ has like त्यो अलिकति polar drivers हुँदो रहेछ कि it's either like fear चाहिँ or it's either like हुन्छ नि excitement to seek rewards होइन. So यसमा I think even the employees themselves can't seek it, or maybe even they can होइन, तर supervisorsले or like maybe हुन्छ नि जसले चाहिँ त्यो like हुन्छ नि employeeलाई चाहिँ is guiding through the process of like हुन्छ नि making them come across a new project होइन. So त्यो fear भन्दा पनि त्यसको like हुन्छ नि potential rewardsहरू के हुनसक्छ त त्यो employeeको लागि, maybe त्यसमा अलिकति highlight गर्यो भने चाहिँ they will be more likely to like pursue it एकदमै हुन्छ नि आफ्नै ग्रोथको लागि, rather than मैले गर्नुपर्छ त्यही भएर गर्छु भन्ने वेबाट हेर्नुभन्दा पनि हुन्छ नि त्यो लाइक त्यसको रिवार्ड के हुन्छ त आफ्नो लागि, how can they grow through it, or त्यसको like हुन्छ नि how can it make them better हुन्छ नि to deal with projects. So त्यस्तो लाइन्समा अलिकति रिफ्लेक्ट गराउन पायो भने चाहिँ maybe it can help them better.
So as stated in the article itself, even your environment plays a very important role when you're seeking novel experiences. So do you think our institutions, whether they be educational or corporate institutions, use this power of environment to help employees or to help students feel like as if they are as if they are like trying on something new? How can this power of environment be manifested? Because this was something really interesting that I found in the article.
I think यसमा अघि नैको कुरासँग कनेक्ट गर्नु पर्दाखेरि चाहिँ हैन. So like अनि if I have to reflect back to मेरो सबिना म्यामसँगको conversation, she said that हुन्छ नि schools र organizations मा there's this one very prevalent thing that हुन्छ नि individuals लाई एकदमै धेरै फोकस गर्छ के, especially when it comes to त्यो criticism हुन्छ नि criticism र reward को केसमा चाहिँ individual focused एकदमै धेरै हुन्छ. For example, if you're a good student, तिमीलाई चाहिँ हुन्छ नि पुरै praise गरेको हुन्छ, or if I'm a bad student हुन्छ नि मलाई चाहिँ म नराम्रो हो, अथवा त्यो constant realization भइरहेको हुन्छ हैन. Similarly in organizations, even if I'm not told that I'm a bad employee मुखैमा त्यो काहीँ न काहीँ त्यो politicsहरु त्यो भइरहेको हुन्छ हैन environmentमा, and we get to know that हुन्छ नि कोही मान्छेले even if we don't directly हुन्छ नि tell them that they're not performing well or they're not doing well, काहीँ न काहीँबाट त्यो उसको कानमा परिरहेको हुन्छ कि that people are not like हुन्छ नि perceiving him or her well, or हुन्छ नि उसको बारेमा राम्रो conversations भइरहेको छैन. So rather than हुन्छ नि त्यो individualsलाई good or bad भन्नु भन्दाखेरि पनि त्यो environmentलाई चाहिँ how can we make inclusive, जहाँ चाहिँ सबैजनाले रिफ्लेक्ट गर्न पाओस् भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ उहाँले भन्नुभएको चाहिँ मलाई आई लाइक फाउन्ड इट रियली स्ट्राइकिङ अस्ति नै कन्भर्सेसन हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ. अनि आई फिल लाइक त्यही लाइन्समा तिमीले भनेको जस्तै चाहिँ या लाइक सानो सानो कुराले त्यो इन्भाइरोमेन्ट इम्प्रुभ गर्न चाहिँ मिल्छ, नट जस्ट टु स्पार्क द्याट न्युनेस बट अल्सो टु हुन्छ नि इन्क्रिज त्यो एउटा सेन्स अफ हुन्छ नि टिमको टिमसँगको बिलोङ्गिङ चाहिँ स्पार्क गर्न मिल्छ त्यसले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ. अनि आई थिङ्क यसमा सानो सानो कुरा भनेको चाहिँ त्यो अघि नै मैले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ conversations, simple thing is conversations हैन, not just about work तर एकअर्काको कस्तो भइरहेछ त, how are they taking like हुन्छ नि their whole working experience, or हुन्छ नि like a simple thing is like हुन्छ नि discussing about workplace values and त्यसलाई चाहिँ हुन्छ नि somewhere visible राख्यो भने चाहिँ there's this like हुन्छ नि sense of के भन्ने okay यो प्लेसमा चाहिँ मेरो भ्याल्युजहरु चाहिँ like हुन्छ नि कन्सिडर हुँदैछ, or हुन्छ नि दिस वर्क प्लेस हुन्छ नि मलाई चाहिँ यहाँ एकदमै भ्याल्यु फिल हुन्छ भन्ने कुरा पनि काहीँ न काहीँ हुन्छ नि त्यो भिजिबली हुन्छ नि त्यो अर्गनाइजेसनमा आयो भने चाहिँ लाइक सिम्पल थिङ्स लाइक दिस कुड स्पार्क द्याट न्युनेस द्याट मेबी can help them learn better and like make them know each other better.
Thank you so much, Ajiti. I've learned so much and I've understood the article better, and I've also understood like how can we actually use this power of novelty to help our learning become better, and how can we as like managers, leaders help our employees, or as teachers help our students learn better by using this power of new experiences. Do you think there is any service that we have which can help people understand this power of new, and how can they manifest the power of new in the organizations?
हामीले अघि नैदेखि मैले भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ त्यो रिफ्लेक्टिभ स्पेसेस भनेर मेन्सन गरेको थिएँ नि. आई थिङ्क कुनै पनि अर्गनाइजेसनमा द्याट सोर्ट अफ स्पेस इज रियली नेसेसरी, लाइक बिकज प्रोजेक्ट्सहरु त गर्यो हुन्छ नि, कामहरु त भयो, टु डु लिस्ट कम्प्लिट गर्यो, तर त्यो कम्प्लिट गर्नु पछाडिको चाहिँ हुन्छ नि लर्निङ एक्सपिरियन्सेस के भयो त, हाउ इज इट मेकिङ मी ग्रो हुन्छ नि, हाउ इज इट मेकिङ मी कन्ट्रिब्युट टु माई टिम, त्यस्तो कुरा चाहिँ आई थिङ्क हामीले नै गर्ने यो रिफ्लेक्टिभ स्पेसेस भन्ने सर्भिसबाट चाहिँ टिम्स क्यान हेल्प लाइक हुन्छ नि देयर इम्प्लोइज लाइक अर लेट्स से लाइक सुपरभाइजर्स क्यान हेल्प देयर इम्प्लोइज लाइक रिफ्लेक्ट बेटर अन दिस हैन. अनि त्यसले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ लाइक त्यो जुन चाहिँ हामीले अघिदेखि इन्भाइरोमेन्टको कुरा गरिरहेको थियौँ, इन्भाइरोमेन्टमा पनि कस्तो लाइक हुन्छ नि एउटा पोजिटिभ खालको ट्विक चाहिँ ल्याउन मिल्छ जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई हैन. सो आई थिङ्क या द्याट इज समथिङ द्याट आई कनेक्ट विथ यो लाइक हाम्रो कन्भर्सेसनबाट चाहिँ.
Thank you so much, Ajiti. Your understanding has helped me understand the article better, and also understand like how can I use new experiences to make my learning better. Hope our viewers also like this vlog. If you have any comments, please do not forget to write to us either on our emails, or you can also comment in below. Thank you.